Swifties, get ready, this isn't your typical Travis Kelce tale. Forget the touchdowns, Super Bowl rings, and on-field heroics. This story dives deeper, much deeper, into the personal, the emotional, and the heart-stirring side of Travis you've never seen before. In a moment that stunned everyone, the towering NFL superstar, the man who crushes defenses and talks smack like no other, was left utterly speechless. And why? All because of one tiny, adorable, and completely unexpected request from his little niece, Wyatt Kelce.
It was awesome she was on top of the world for a week.
She was the heavyweight champ, man.
So here's the scene. Travis and his brother Jason Kelce were deep into recording their hit podcast, New Heights. Just the usual, two brothers talking football, cracking jokes, and roasting each other like it's a full-time job. Then, out of nowhere, in walks Wyatt, Jason's 4-year-old daughter, and everything was about to change.
I'd asked if she could say hi.
What?
Come on.
Yes. Look
Hi,
at
Uncle
you.
Trav.
What's up, girly? How you doing?
The moment Wyatt stepped into the room, everything changed. The air shifted, subtle yet undeniable, as if the universe itself was holding its breath. Travis Kelce, the towering NFL powerhouse known for steamrolling defenses and owning the field with his unmatched presence, immediately went all in. And why wouldn't he? If there's one thing this man cherishes more than football itself, it's being the absolute best uncle in the world. With his signature confident grin, Travis bent down, ready for the usual playful exchange, the teasing, the banter, the laughter that always bounced around the room whenever he and his brother Jason were together. But Wyatt, Jason's 4-year-old daughter, had other plans. She didn't giggle, she didn't sprint into his arms. Instead, she looked up at him with eyes wide, face earnest, completely serious, and dropped a statement that would stop even the fiercest NFL veteran in his tracks. "Uncle Trav, can I stay with Taylor?" Silence. Pure, crushing, complete silence. For the first time in what felt like forever, Travis Kelce, the man who confidently faces 300-pound linemen without flinching, was utterly stunned. His jaw dropped as the words sank in. Jason, standing nearby, raised an eyebrow, attempting to suppress a laugh, knowing full well that the overwhelming wave of emotions crashing over Travis was unstoppable, because here's the thing, this wasn't just a simple, innocent request. Wyatt wasn't asking to sleep over at a friend's house, or even at her own uncle's place. She was asking to stay with Taylor Swift, the Taylor Swift. The woman who, over the past year, had completely turned Travis's world upside down in ways no Super Bowl victory ever could. The woman who had gone from being a global superstar to someone his family had come to adore, someone who had effortlessly won over hearts with her kindness, her presence, and her authenticity, and in that small, unassuming moment, little Wyatt was putting her entire heart on the table. There was no hesitation, no casual curiosity, this was pure, unfiltered, wholehearted love. Wyatt was saying, in the way only a child can, that she adored Taylor so completely that even going home wasn't enough. She wanted to stay, to soak in the warmth, the magic, the love that Taylor brought into their lives. Travis's reaction was instant and intense. He's a man accustomed to high stakes, to pressure that would crumble most. On the field, he charges into battles, takes hits that would floor anyone else, and still pushes forward. But here, in the quiet of a podcast studio, he was facing something far more powerful than any defensive line, raw, genuine emotion. And it hit him with full force, his heart swelled as he absorbed the gravity of Wyatt's words. He's always been a man who wears his heart on his sleeve, unafraid to show love, unafraid to fully invest in the people who matter most. And now, seeing his niece, this tiny human who represented so much of his world, pour out love so sincerely, he couldn't help but feel a surge of overwhelming pride and affection. Finally, his voice cracked, raw with emotion, as he leaned in closer. "You want to stay with Tay, huh?" he asked, almost whispering the words as if saying them aloud made them more real. He shook his head, a tender smile spreading across his face, trying to reconcile the pride, the joy, and the awe he felt all at once. "She's pretty special, huh?" he murmured, more to himself than anyone else, his eyes glistening with that rare, unguarded vulnerability. Because in that instant, Travis Kelce wasn't just the superstar athlete, the public figure, the headline maker. He was an uncle. A guardian of love and innocence. And he was completely, undeniably, all in. Wyatt had just done what no touchdown, no record, no championship ever could. She had reminded Travis of the power of love, the magic of connection, and the simple, overwhelming joy of watching someone you care about adore another person with their whole heart. And for Travis Kelce, that moment, small, unexpected, and yet monumental, would stay with him forever.
All right now.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And Wyatt, completely unfazed, walked away with the grace and poise of a little princess, as if she hadn't just turned Travis's world upside down.
Love you, girl.
Bye, Uncle Trav.
Bye.
In her 4-year-old mind, Wyatt's request made perfect sense. Of course she wanted to stay with Taylor Swift, after all, who wouldn't? In Wyatt's eyes, Taylor isn't just a pop icon, she's the ultimate trifecta, Disney princess meets rock star meets the coolest aunt imaginable. To Wyatt, it's logical, it's natural, and it's utterly irresistible, and if the fans were emotional witnessing this tender exchange, imagine the cascade of feelings Taylor must have experienced when Travis relayed the story. He told her immediately, no hesitation, no delay, because this is Travis Kelce we're talking about, a man who practically radiates joy whenever he speaks of Taylor. It's not just affection, it's a glow, a reverence, a devotion that spills out in every word. There's simply no way he wasn't dialing her the second the podcast wrapped. Fans online couldn't contain their delight. One commented, "I'm sure he scoops that little girl up and takes her to see Taylor immediately." Another added, "Oh, so cute, he loves those girls so much." Meanwhile, Taylor, probably somewhere dazzling the world on her Eras tour, paused for a moment, clutching her heart, whispering, "Oh my God, Wyatt, I love you." Here's the crux, this isn't just another celebrity romance. This is a union gradually intertwining two worlds, two families, and one extraordinary young girl's heart. Taylor isn't merely dating Travis, she's weaving herself into the very fabric of the Kelce family. And Wyatt's candid, wholehearted devotion is living proof. Let's rewind. For those who have followed this love story from its inception, it wasn't always a guaranteed fairy tale. Travis's first public move toward Taylor, remember the infamous friendship bracelet attempt at one of her concerts, could have gone unacknowledged. He was, after all, a Super Bowl winning tight end. But she? Taylor Swift. A global icon with stadiums chanting her name nightly. The odds were far from his favor. Yet, months later, Taylor hasn't just accepted Travis, she's fully immersed herself in his life. She shows up to games, sits shoulder to shoulder with his family, embraces his mother with warmth that feels like they've been lifelong friends, and now, little Wyatt wants in too. The sheer magnitude of this realization is not lost on Travis. He understands the rarity of what he and Taylor share. More than that, he recognizes the profound significance of her being embraced by the people who matter most to him, the family who's known him his entire life. And now, witnessing his niece's pure, unfiltered love for Taylor, he's hit by a tidal wave of emotion that even the fiercest NFL battles could never match. Wyatt loves Taylor. Travis loves Wyatt. Taylor? Well, anyone familiar with her knows she's likely already scheming ways to sprinkle a little extra magic into Wyatt's life, ensuring the little girl feels cherished and extraordinary. And this isn't the first moment Wyatt has made her admiration for Taylor undeniably clear. From the instant Taylor entered the Kelce orbit, Wyatt has been front and center, soaking in every shared glance, every smile, every magical interaction. And honestly, who could blame her? When your uncle is dating Taylor Swift, it's not just a relationship, it's a real-life fairy tale, complete with a princess as an honorary aunt. One of the most unforgettable instances occurred during a Chiefs game, where Taylor was spotted in the Kelce family suite. Most children at football games are either buried in snacks or restless by halftime, but not Wyatt. She was spellbound, her attention fully captured by Taylor. Cameras caught the little girl in her adorable Chiefs attire, sitting attentively beside Taylor, mesmerized as Taylor cheered on Travis. The way Taylor engaged with Wyatt, laughing, talking, sharing genuine moments, was enchanting, a display of warmth that could make even the most stoic fan's heart melt. This isn't just a celebrity encounter. This is pure human connection. Real affection. Authentic love. And as Wyatt continues to weave her tiny, bright-hearted magic into the Kelce Swift story, one thing is crystal clear. These moments are the soul of the narrative, the heartbeat behind the headlines, and the kind of story that audiences won't soon forget.
So cool, isn't it?
Concert.
Yeah.
And I was literally tearing up watching this little girl's entire, I'm about to tear up right now. It was so special.
She got into it.
It was great.
Then came the moment that sent Swifties and Chiefs Kingdom into an absolute frenzy. Taylor leaned down to Wyatt, her voice soft and intimate, and whispered something that made the little girl giggle uncontrollably. The internet erupted with speculation. What did Taylor say? Was it a secret? A playful promise of a future adventure? We may never know. But one thing was crystal clear. Wyatt was completely enchanted, fully immersed in the magic of the Taylor Swift experience, and let's not forget the unforgettable bracelet moment. Even before this, Wyatt was already a Swiftie in training, but she went above and beyond. She crafted a friendship bracelet for Taylor, painstakingly threading colorful beads to spell out a single, perfect letter T. When Taylor received it, she didn't just smile politely and move on. She slid it onto her wrist, wearing it for the rest of the evening, as if it were the most treasured piece of jewelry she had ever owned. A global pop superstar, adorned with a tiny handmade token from a 4-year-old, radiating joy and genuine affection, there is no clearer demonstration of the love Taylor feels for Wyatt than that simple gesture. At this point, it's safe to say that Wyatt isn't just a fan. She's officially Taylor's littlest, most devoted admirer, and every giggle, every hug, every shared moment only cements the bond between them. Taylor isn't merely dating Travis Kelce, she is weaving herself into the very fabric of his family. And that, perhaps, is the sweetest part of this extraordinary love story. So what comes next? Will we see Wyatt front row at a Taylor Swift concert, rocking a custom Kelce Swift jersey? Will Taylor pen a song inspired by this adorably unforgettable day? And what about Travis? Has he begun to imagine a future filled with love, family, and children now that he's witnessed Taylor's effortless place within his life? Anything feels possible. One thing is certain, this story is far from over. If this heartfelt, tender moment has taught us anything, it's that Travis Kelce has discovered something deeply real with Taylor Swift. And judging by the bond with his little niece, Taylor isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on every magical Travis, Taylor, and Kelce family moment that continues to warm hearts worldwide. See you in the next chapter of this unforgettable journey.